Hey everyone, thank you first of all for being a subscriber to True Blue. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for watching this extended cut version of Takedown with Chris Hansen. Please now enjoy the full uncut video of Jeff Sokol's interrogation with the Fairfield County Police Department.
Yep. You have anything on you? Weapon, drug, anything like that? Good features? Spread. There you go. Take the cuffs off you. We're going to take all your jewelry and your belts, laces, anything you got off you, okay? Yeah. Put this way a little bit, thank you. You have a belt on? Take the belt off, please. Right. You have any jewelry on? Okay. Face the wall. Brad.
Text that or not? You get in the text yet?
All right.
Those are my addresses whenever you're.
Thank you, Sergeant
Take a
Paris.
seat right there, please. Take
Hey,
your
Jerry.
shoes off. And then we're
Yes.
take your socks
Yeah.
inside out. Make sure nothing's in them, okay?
Okay. Where's that?
All right. You put that one back on.
Okay. A local guy or no? Okay. Got it. Okay.
Shoot, stay right there. Do the
Understood.
same thing with that one.
Got it. Thank you. All right.
Well, I'll do the computer, but you can do the.
Yep, you got it, buddy.
Thank you. Put it back on. You have a shirt underneath that shirt? Yeah, white one. Okay. Want to take the top shirt off?
No.
Okay. All right, man. Let me just check those. Just you can stand up if you want. Detective Kelly, you gonna go back upstairs with this quick, or are you gonna stay down here for a little bit?
We could process first, and I'll.
Okay.
You don't want to talk.
Does that camera have to be rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your middle name, Jeff?
10.
10? Benjamin? Just Ben. Okay, it's I'll get back to the charges. Thank you.
Did I do that? Sorry, I was gonna try. Did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it right there. Cialis.
This is B.
And this is
I'll have the printer set up here.
Cialis. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So, is it really, is there a documentary, or why isn't it being filmed? It's a TV show?
This is an operation we conducted with cameras. So, fortunately, you're part of it.
Those are the 3 charges.
Okay, perfect. And do we get history on this guy?
I didn't do anything I was about to, but if you want to do it.
I'll do it for you.
All right.
You got it, buddy.
That's what that thing is.
I thought I'd try something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
How you doing there today?
Yeah.
Can I have a
You have a
current
prescription
history
for
on
that?
Massachusetts out? Are you
You do?
ready?
It's a current address for you, Jeff?
Yeah.
Beacon Street? Yeah. You guys want to do that first, call me when you're ready, and I'll...
Yep.
Come
Give me a
on,
ring,
okay?
too.
Thanks. Good.
Jeff, I just need to read your rights real quick, okay? You're being charged with criminal attempt to commit risk of injury to a minor, criminal attempt to commit sexual assault first, and enticing a minor. You have the right to not say anything about this offense you are charged with. You may remain silent. Anything you say or statements you make may be used against you. You have the right to talk with an attorney before being questioned. You may have an attorney with you, and you cannot be questioned without your consent. If you are unable to pay for an attorney, you will be referred to a public defender office where you may ask for an attorney to represent you. You have a right to be promptly interviewed about the terms and conditions of your release pending further proceedings, and if you ask, you may have an attorney with you during this interview. Do you understand your rights?
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I had some questions for you, okay? Do you have any children?
No.
Just saying here.
Eye color, please.
What's that?
Eye color?
Brown.
Brown?
Just saying that you understand your rights that I just read to you here.
I'm just one on.
How tall are you?
5'9".
How much do you weigh?
175.
What do you think? Medium? Complexion?
Yeah.
Facial hair, beard. Black. How are your teeth? They good, bad, missing some?
Fine.
Good, okay.
Any other caching? Have you recently used any alcohol or drugs?
I knew I did it.
I know you know, so
No.
this is a machine,
Should we be concerned at all that you may harm yourself in any way?
I'm ready anytime.
Hey Jennifer, we're gonna take your picture, all right? You stand up and face the camera. Please. Up right over the other side, see what.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. Just,
You wanna see it, Paulie?
Yep, yes, swivel it over.
It's gonna go up. Yeah, that looks
That
pretty good
looks
back
good to
there,
me.
actually.
I just look at the camera, sir.
Eyes open.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll face the wall now, with the other marks, sir. Stare at the wall.
Let's go over here, bud. A little more, I had it, you had it. A little more. Good. Eyes open.
All right, good. Come on over here, sir.
Two. Save. Okay.
Change it to the
I know I am.
You're not a second.
Saving. We got it.
Videotaping just for the police station.
We're good.
It's being conducted for the police department.
Alright.
So you do, we'll get a print, a Kojak.
I'm
ready.
Print book.
It's going over.
All right,
Successful.
all right.
I just need to do it on the chin.
You got it. Jeffrey, in a few minutes, we're just gonna take your prints, all right, digital. You right-handed, sir?
I write with my left.
Are you right or left?
I write with my
Are you left? Any scars?
I mean, I have surgery scars.
Where the,
Happened.
are you married?
No. Divorced.
Children?
No.
Did you finish high school or did you go to college?
College.
A bachelor's degree? Which occupation?
Premium auditor.
Huh?
Premium auditor.
Auditor?
Yeah.
What's the employee's name?
Employer.
Employer, yeah, what is it?
NEIS.
NEIS. And what's their address?
908 South Meriden Road in Cheshire.
Oh, he did a record check?
Huh?
You did a record check on him? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
right here.
Okay. No.
Newchester?
In Cheshire, Cheshire. Connecticut.
Oh, Cheshire, Connecticut.
It's very easy.
Zip? Are you a US citizen, sir?
Yeah.
You were born in the US?
Yeah.
Right, sir. Just relax your fingers.
I'm gonna take the cuffs off. You're gonna sit in the green chair, okay?
Yeah.
These yours, buddy?
Yes.
Get on there, please.
Thank you, sir.
You all set?
Appreciate it, Scott.
Call me when you need me.
Cool. I will. Thanks.
I'll be in, 48 time.
Okay. First thing I need to do, I'm Detective Kelly, obviously with the Fairfield, Connecticut Police. I'm just gonna go over your rights with you. You're willing to speak with me about what happened tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is being recorded too.
Correct. Okay, I just want you to read you can read your own rights, and if you understand them, just initial it. And then we're going to go down here quick and do the same kind of a thing, okay? So you have the right to remain silent, you understand that? If I talk to any police officer, anything I say can be used against me. I have the right to consult with a lawyer before I answer any questions, and may have a lawyer with me during questioning. I have the right to have a lawyer appointed for me if I cannot afford one before I answer any questions. I know if I answer any questions, I have the right to stop answering at any time. I may stop answering any questions at any time. If I wish to talk with a lawyer, I may have him with me during any further questioning. and I'm willing to answer questions and make a statement knowing that I have these rights. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I know and understand what I am doing. I do this freely and voluntarily, and no threats or promises have been made to me. Do you understand those rights?
Well, I'm probably gonna have to get a lawyer.
Okay. So we're not going to discuss what happened tonight.
Yeah, let me read that again. I'll talk to you.
.44.
I'm 44.
And where were you born?
In Brookline.
Brookline, Mass. as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Birthday?
6471.
Was the highest grade completed in school?
I have a bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's.
Yeah, college.
You read and write, obviously.
Yeah.
Just make sure that the chicken scratch, you could read that. It's essentially, you're agreeing to speak to me. This is you, and I'm Detective Kelly. I identified myself as a police officer. You have 16 years of education. You can read, yes, and you can write, yes. And you can just sign here, and it will be done with that form. And we could probably just kind of start with what happened this evening. I looked at some of the texts. There's several pages of text between you and the young female. Can you just tell me what kind of happened from your standpoint tonight? You're in, I assume, at home in Brookline, and you're corresponding with this younger girl.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking to meet her, and I know you're not going to believe me, but I honestly was not planning on having sex with her. I know that texts talk about that, but it's talk. I mean, I wasn't planning on having sex with her unless it was right and legal to do it. I don't know if I would have or not either, but I was not gonna do
What do you mean by right and legal to do?
Well, I mean, if I she seemed like somebody, you know, that was mature and, you know, somebody that, you know, that would be fun to hang out with. And so I wanted to meet her and find out if she was what I thought she was.
So, and how long had you been corresponding with her?
Like 3 weeks, yeah.
And how'd you meet her?
On a chat site,
What was that called?
Wire Club.
Wire Club? Is that, I don't know, what is that? Is it
It's like
kind of a hookup site or something?
No, it's like chat rooms, but again, I don't know if it's a hookup site because there's people there that are all over the world.
Have you talked to people before? Girls, guys, whatever?
Yeah.
On that particular site?
Yeah.
Have you talked to younger girls before today? Or in the last couple of weeks, rather?
No, not that I know of.
And what was the interest in this particular girl? Let me back up a second. Are you married?
No.
Have you been married?
Yeah.
Divorced?
Yeah.
How long?
like 10,
10 years or
10,
more?
11 years, yeah.
Any kids?
No.
What was the reason for the dissolution of the marriage? Anything major issue with the ex-wife?
No, no.
Or she with you over there?
No, it was just a mutual breakup.
And how about dating and things since then? Do you have relationships? Have you had any recently?
Yeah, I mean, a few here and there, yeah.
When was the last one?
I mean, I had a short one over the summer, a couple months.
How old was she?
41 or
The
something.
adult women.
Yeah.
All right. Have you, met or chatted with or visited younger girls before?
Younger, yes, but I mean,
What's your, I don't know, younger than me is probably in their middle 20s. From my standpoint, I'm a little bit older than you, but what's younger to you?
yeah, I've dated girls in their 30s and 20s.
And this wasn't, I'm sure, the first time you met a girl who was purportedly 12 or so years old, right?
What would you say? I said that
I said, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've either chatted with or met with a girl who was, supposedly 12 years old.
I believe it was the first time that I know of.
It was? Is that what you're saying? It was the first time? I mean, I don't know. You may have an issue or a certain fetish or attraction to younger girls. You probably do.
Yeah, I've never met. I've never gone to meet a girl that was a teenager.
Never. And why tonight? Just Saturday night. It's driving from basically the Boston area, right?
I just I had nothing to do. I figured we'd just hang out, and I was just gonna drive home later tonight.
You talked. I know in the text there was some mention of a marriage I don't know if it's a religious thing or something else, but what's the deal with the marriage certificate? What was that whole conversation? Or a marriage agreement or a contract you talked about?
Well, I know I was joking at one time when I said, "Is it in the contract?" I was joking.
Was there a mention of bringing some type? I mean, maybe it was in jest, but did you mention bringing some type of marriage contract or something like that?
No, it wasn't. No, bringing something. No.
Did you
No.
mention having her sign it, or you signing it, or both of you signing it? I mean, I can go get the paperwork. Unfortunately it's an inch thick, but there's some conversation about that. Was it? I just want to know.
Yeah, there was conversation.
thought was.
There was conversation about that. I was just explaining to her that people can get married by just signing a contract, but, signing marriage documents.
But you're talking about a 12-year-old girl, right? And it's kind of.
Yeah,
I think you could probably even
14,
understand.
but yeah, she said she was 14. But okay,
She was 14.
I know it's young.
Maybe I should get some of the text, so that we're both clear about what age she said she was.
Still wasn't 12.
No,
No,
and 14 is that big of a difference, anyways? You're 44.
it's different. It's a difference to me.
Because neither are illegal, you know that,
Yeah, I know.
right?
I know.
The age of consent is 16, which is, in my mind, too young also, but you thought she might be 14.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. So these are obviously a copy of some of the text between the two of you. And this, you said you met her, what, give or take 3 weeks ago?
I think so.
You're talking about, you know, blowjobs and oral sex and. So I mean, just you know, tell me what's going on in your life that would even have you, you know, going down this road. Maybe you've always lived like this. I don't know, but it's of concern, obviously, to everybody. You know, 44-year-old guy. You're talking to a 12-year-old girl, and in your mind, maybe she was 14, but it's certainly illegal and, you know, horrible in most people's eyes, right?
And I said that on. You could probably read that in there.
And you
Too.
drive from 2.5 hours away to see this girl.
I didn't think it was against the law to you know, meet with somebody and just hang out and talk to them.
But I mean, I don't know you. Maybe,
Is it?
Maybe
Is it just like hang out with somebody?
to hang out?
If I had sex with her, yeah, that would be against the law. But I didn't
Okay,
do that.
so let's just take a step back. So let's just say you never got divorced from your wife, and you had a daughter. You said it was 10 years ago, right? Give or take, you got divorced. So let's just say, as a result of that marriage, you had a daughter or a son who was 10, 12, 13 years old, and it's Friday night, and you and your wife, you know, hey honey, hey, whatever your daughter's name is, Caitlin, we're gonna run to out to dinner and stay out a little bit late. You could stay at home, and you come to find out, they walk in, there's a 44-year-old guy from, you know, 200 miles or 100 and something miles away. Is everybody cool with that? You're cool with that?
Well, obviously, at first, no.
At first?
Yeah, when they first walk in, it's not gonna be cool. But if it was somebody like me, I don't think there's a threat.
But how do they know what your intention is? You're talking
don't.
about blowjobs and pics.
Yeah, they
and
don't.
Other issues. You're not talking about maybe some common interest of music or sports, which is also. I mean, the whole thing would be weird. I think just about everybody would think. I think you actually would too. It's unhealthy and strange. Like a 44-year-old guy, what's he got in touch in common with a 12 or 14-year-old girl? And why, if he lived in a big metropolitan area, would he drive whatever the distance was 2 hours away on a Saturday night?
Isn't that all speculation?
To
Though?
me,
I mean, it's
what's the speculation? I'm looking at this thing. It's like,
you're speculating that I was going to have sex with her tonight.
because that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. Well,
No.
tell me what you said.
Well, we talked about having sex, but that doesn't mean
Isn't that strange?
That doesn't mean I was going to tonight.
Why would? Yeah, tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Maybe when she's 16.
So well, where's that in the conversation?
I don't know. Might be.
Did you
in
mention that?
It
I
might-
didn't think
might
you
be.
did.
It might be in there. I mean, I mentioned that I was looking. I looked into like the laws and stuff about, you know, minors. I was looking into it. I was
So
curious.
why would you do that?
Well, because I was going to meet a minor, and you know,
Right.
to hang out with them.
So you knew there was an issue.
There was no,
Otherwise, you wouldn't research it. Right?
yeah, but there's well, I mean, there's an issue if you do this and this and this, but because, and you know, this is just I was looking, you know, I was just like looking down the road, you know, like let's say I did like her and she liked me, you know, why not? I mean,
But this is somebody you've never met before.
I know. I was just thinking out loud, looking at the big picture. That's all. Doesn't mean I was going to like do what I was going. You know what I was.
Is that like your, you know, lack of a better description, like your cup of tea, like you want some very young girlfriend or bride?
No.
It's not, is that like some fantasy you have?
No.
Which is fine if that's what your fantasy is. I just want to know where you're coming from. 'Cause
I took a liking particularly to her, and she happened to be
this is through all, like, you know, chatting or texting, right?
exactly
Somebody you never even met.
correct.
So for the sake of talking, it could have been it wasn't, but it could have been me posing as this girl. You wouldn't know who you're talking
Could have
about.
been, yeah. Could have been.
It's not like you saw her or spent time with her.
Well, that's why I came down, is to see if I had a connection with her.
Okay.
If you, what was your name again?
It's Detective Kelly.
If I mean, if you read all the text, I don't know if you read all
I did not, and I probably can't digest them all right now,
Sure.
but I'm starting to try to look here.
I'm sure.
Good.
But if you read a lot of it,
Mhm.
the exchanges between me and her, I was always aware and scared of any consequences if I was to do something wrong. Like if I was to have sex with her, and to be honest, yeah, of course, from what I saw, she's beautiful and everything, but I was not going to risk. I was not going to risk anything by having sex with her. I just wanted to meet her and hang out with her, and I was going to go home.
You're gonna meet her, hang out with her, and go home?
I can't trust anybody, and obviously now, even more so. But
How do you think we and she feel?
well, see, I get it. I get it. You guys.
We're trying to protect the innocent and the vulnerable, right?
No, but
Just like when you were that age and I was that age, you wouldn't want some guy, attacking you.
If he's dangerous, yeah, of course not.
Or maybe just has bad intentions. When you were 12 or 14 years old, if there was some guy in your life, or appeared in your life, who's in his 40s, and is talking about having sex with you and different things, isn't it your parents and the police and the school system's job to kind of protect you from that person? And sometimes if you're not being like totally honest with your parents or community people, we have the only alternative sometimes we have is to do like sting type operations like this, or we'd never catch anybody. Because you're not going to tell anybody. You're so paranoid about it, you're researching the statutes because you know it's wrong. Right?
Right, and
I'm sure in here there's probably conversations with the girl about, you didn't tell anybody about this, right? Or something like that because you're afraid of and you didn't go when the parents were home. If it's wonderful, then yeah, if your parents are home, that's great. I'd love to meet them. No, your parents aren't home, right? Kind of thing. They're away. They're not coming home. Whatever. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yes,
And I think this probably goes back a long time. This did not happen overnight. I'm a little bit older than you. Whatever my, makeup is, physiologically and emotionally and every other way, it didn't start last week. So you've probably had these fantasies, desires, interests, probably your whole life, actually, or until you became an adolescent or something.
Fantasies about what? What do you mean?
I'm assuming younger women, and maybe as you got older, like you wanted to stay in that realm. Like, oh, the younger girls, I like them better for whatever reason. You would have to tell me what the attraction is.
It's never happened before. I've never.
But we're talking like 12 years old. That's like 6th, 7th grade. You know what I mean? That's a young human being.
You keep saying 12.
Well, you want me to use your term and say 14?
I mean, I know that's both young, but it's a little bit, different.
Is it being a teenager? Is that the big hump that you need to hear? Like, okay, she's a teenager. She's 13, she's not 12. She's 14, she's not 12.
That's 2 years older.
Yeah, still 2 years under the age of majority, right? Certainly not, worldly or mature enough to consent to anything, right? Doesn't have the legal right to do it, never mind. Because why? Because they're very young, so they need to be protected.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Why, if you thought I came down there to have sex, why didn't you wait and see if that happened?
Why would I want to put that girl that was in the house through any kind of a horrible experience that could get really out of hand really quickly?
Okay, I get
and
you.
no offense.
I got you, but
there was like
I don't mean having
several
sex,
cops there and other able-bodied guys.
Right.
you'd be in probably some kind of pain at the end of it, because if you got maybe your clothes off and you're trying to grab her, we come in not knowing what you're capable of.
I know.
Why not do it like as much as we can as a gentleman? You're seated. Chris Hansen speaks to you. You're free to go. You know, you're compliant. We were, didn't throw you on the ground or anything. We handcuffed you. We brought you in. You know what I mean? Why would you want to take it to another level where it's horrible? And she has to go through that, several times, because there's several different guys like yourself that are coming to meet her? Would you want to do that to anybody? Like, honestly.
No,
Put her, even the hug. As soon as you got there, you're trying to hug a girl you've never met.
well, that's all right. That's natural.
You know.
I don't.
Well, maybe it is. I mean, I understand from your standpoint you probably want to, but from her standpoint, you're a total stranger, and she's probably a little creeped out by it. You know what I
She
mean?
was cool with everything. Just wanted to hang out and have pizza. I mean, I honestly, that's why I was there. I just my
You need to.
my case, okay, for this is obviously there's a lot of text there.
Yeah.
But I was trying to do things or make it so I wasn't breaking the law. If I decided at some point that I wanted to, have any relations with her, I was trying to make sure that it was legal. Otherwise, I wasn't going to do anything.
I'll explain that a little bit.
If I came down and I liked her, she liked me, and
Right.
she was cool, and I didn't feel like she was, too immature or too young or too, the same. If I felt like I was on the same, level as her, like, emotionally and whatnot. I mean, I wanted to, I didn't want to do anything that was breaking the law. So that's why I researched that stuff. I would never. I mean, that's like ridiculous that you guys thought that I would bring a contract down.
Well, no, we were going, I believe, through your
You're
texting.
interpreting.
I don't know.
You're interpreting it, but I mean,
Well,
it's not-
maybe we are. I don't know, but I also see that you're mentioning that a 44-year-old guy shouldn't be talking to a 13-year-old girl like this.
right. And so
That's
I
your
felt guilty about it.
your
Yeah.
language, not mine.
I felt guilty about it. Yeah.
And you think you might be on the same wavelength as her?
Yeah, there's plenty of young people I see on TV that are pretty smart, pretty mature.
13.
They're out there, yeah.
No, there might be. I don't know. There could be a couple out there. I think either they could be mature, but maybe they look like a little kid, or they
Why does everything
could
have
look
to...
older, but they're very immature.
See, I don't
There's a
understand.
reason these laws are in place, right? I mean, to protect people.
Right, and I said that to her.
Which, meaning what? But I'm still. You kind of expounded on it before, but you're like, oh, I want to do things with her, so in case I did have feelings for her and I liked her, like it would be legal. I don't know what that means. She's still, let's just say 13, because you mentioned 13 right here. So how does that still make it legal?
I don't know. She said she was turning 14, but okay. How does it make what legal? That
You just said that. How would it make it okay if you're going to do things with her and she's 13? And you ultimately had relations with her,
It wouldn't.
intercourse. How does it make it legal?
it wouldn't unless her mom consented to marriage. That's the only way it would be legal.
So you're gonna marry a 13-year-old girl with her mother's permission.
Maybe when she's 16, I would do that. Why is that like so hard to believe?
Why is it hard to believe?
Yeah, that can happen.
I can't say I've even ever heard of it. Actually,
If I wanted to like
maybe in other countries it happens.
wanted to not
United
break the law,
States.
that's what I would have to do.
You would marry
So,
her
I
now.
haven't
You're
broken the law.
44. She's 13.
Yeah, I haven't broken the law. I mean, so that's the thing. It's all like you're speculating what I was going to do. based on conversations.
I'm not. You also drove here. You didn't just like have chats, which are bad enough.
So what?
You actually drove 2
drove.
hours. You're like basically my age. You drove 2
Yeah.
hours to meet a girl. Most guys.
Right, you're putting it all together, right? Most guys would. do this.
Most guys younger than us, our age, older than us. If given the opportunity,
Right.
they might get in the car on a Saturday night and drive 2 hours if they think they're gonna find, something that feels good at the end of the rainbow. But are they just gonna do
Most
it to
guys.
maybe meet somebody?
Most guys. So you're saying most guys. So it's like
You're driving from Boston,
you're saying most guys.
right?
That's not me.
What are you? You tell me who you are, because based on the text and the behavior you exhibited, I'd say you fit right in there. You just happen to like them much younger than what's normal,
Maybe.
or illegal for
Maybe
that
I
matter.
enjoyed just talking about it. I don't know. I mean, but
With
I
a
talk to people.
12 or 13-year-old girl. That's a problem. I don't know you. I never saw you before in my life. That's a major league problem.
Didn't seem like it.
Didn't seem like what?
Just seemed more mature than that. More than
Compared to what? Like a 28-year-old woman, like a 22-year-old girl? You're talking about a 12 or 13-year-old girl, and she's acting like she's 18? Yeah, so what? She still tells you she's 13 years old. You're 44. I mean, seriously, that's a major league problem.
According to the law, it is.
But according to what? You, it's not?
In my head.
In your head, man.
Knowing what I was there for, knowing that I was not dangerous, that I was not a threat to her, that I was not planning on having sex.
Not planning on having sex. What if you just happen to meet a girl that is like, you know what, for whatever reason, she's only 12 or 13, but man, she's a pistol and she's all over you. What are you gonna do? Push her away?
Yeah, if I know I can go to jail, I would.
You would.
Oh yes.
And why did you bring the Cialis?
You know what? That was in my car.
I don't care where it was. It was in your pocket when I found it.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave it in the car.
And I said, "What's in here?" Just I believe it said like CVS, either ibuprofen or something like that. You're like, "Yeah, that's all it is." And then we researched, and it's a Cialis pill.
Sorry, I just.
So you're not even.
Sorry.
Like, why don't you tell me the truth? I just we're gonna figure it out.
I just got handcuffed. I don't even remember answering you, to be honest with you, but
no big deal. But it's not like you had some other medicine. Like I won't even pick it out of the top of my head. That's like completely unrelated to any kind of sexual interlude. This is like right up that alley, right? It's correct.
It's something.
So the chat, the drive, the Cialis, the fact that for some reason you think that this is like some innocent meeting between a mature 12-year-old and you.
I carry the Cialis around. I just do. And, sometimes I leave it in my car, and I just didn't want to leave it in the car.
Doesn't it belong in a prescription bottle?
No.
It doesn't?
No, that's smaller. I usually carry. I have other pills, too, that I put in there.
All right. You don't see a problem with any of this, like, honestly?
I didn't say that.
So you see a problem with it?
I see a potential problem.
Do you have, like, nieces, nephews, whoever in your life, in your family?
Yep.
I don't know ages, but maybe some are around her age.
Honestly, detective, I did not think I was breaking the law to come meet a girl. I honestly didn't. If you read the whole text, read everything, you can see how scared I was to meet her. Just
Listen.
Just the whole scared of the whole situation.
You're scared of her for basically one reason, and the reason is that your clear intention was to have sex with her. Because if it truly was just to meet somebody, you wouldn't even be nervous about it. You'd be like, screw it. I have no interest in having sex with this girl.
It's a situation.
Just chatting. My right hand to God, and I'll swear to the parents, and they could be home for that matter. I'd love to meet them too, and my intentions are pure. Your intentions were not pure. That's why you had the reservations you had, right?
It was a new situation too, and never done it before. So yeah.
But you're 44 and she's 12, 13.
There's all these laws about
Thank God there are, right?
about minors.
What if there weren't?
Listen, I know what I'm capable of.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you think that I'm bullshitting you.
No, you're trying to like kind of massage the corners, but do I think you're realizing and being honest with yourself and with me about what you did? No, I don't actually. But I mean, you're talking about it, and I appreciate that, but you're not.
That's because
If you truly looked in the mirror and thought about what's going on or what you did tonight.
That's just because I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
Well, if you want to keep it in the straight and narrow and just say all I did was come here and bring her a pizza. Yeah, I mean any uncle, any neighbor, any guy could certainly do it. Any softball coach, whatever, as long as it's kind of like the parents know and there's nothing creepy going on. Yeah, in and of itself, is that fine? Sure. But if that softball coach or whoever it may be is texting all kinds of things about having sex with the girl and her pussy and and send me a pic and everything else, and you're only 13 and I'm 44, and then you research the statutes and you drive 2 hours on a Saturday night and you bring Cialis with you and there's a reference of a marriage contract because that'll somehow make it legal. It's fucked up. Honestly, like, be honest with yourself. You can try to bullshit me all day long. It doesn't really matter to me. Most of the people that I talk to aren't exactly honest. But if you ever want to get well and maybe get past this point in your life and not be back here sometime in the future, or somewhere else for that matter, or in a bad place.
I agree. It's not something that
seriously
I should be doing, and I said that.
Yeah,
I said that.
That's a problem. If your first kind of thought about this was probably a correct one, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is wrong. I shouldn't need to research a statute to see if I'm able to hang out with a 13-year-old girl and talk about having sex with her. We're not talking like senior in high school or something. We're talking 6th, 7th grade, right?
It's not gonna.
You're 40.
I was not.
Not tonight. You just said before. You if things worked out and you ended up having relations, you wanted to know kind of like it would be legal.
Right.
I think that's what you told me before.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it unless it was legal.
You wouldn't do it. So the Cialis is just, we keep it just in case. And I'm driving 2 hours to meet a 12-year-old because I'm sure she's got a wonderful conversation and she's really interesting to chat to. You have a college degree. Where do you work?
If I was planning on having sex, I would have taken the Cialis at home and just left it there.
I don't know. For all I know, you took one already. Maybe you took one at home. Maybe you brought another one in case it was a phenomenal night, right? Or for tomorrow if you slept over.
I told you I have it in my car. I rely on it when I date girls and stuff. So, because I have issues with that. So.
How about I know you're doing the texting thing. Were there any, younger girl kind of adolescent pornography either at your house or in your car or anything? Images, computer images, phone images?
When I look at my phone, I don't.
Did you send her pictures?
Yeah.
Of?
Yeah, me.
Such as you? Like what? Dick pics?
No.
Naked chest? What? Let me see.
What's with all my pictures?
This is of her or just you?
No, it's just like pictures that are in my phone. I sent her a random picture today. I just took a picture of myself with my Bruin shirt.
With your what, Bruin shirt?
Yeah. It's at the bottom.
Who's the girl September 16th? Friend of yours? Girlfriend? Whatever?
Yeah, it's just somebody that I was chatting with that sent me pictures on the same site.
Did she send you any pictures, this girl?
Who?
The girl from today.
No. Oh yeah, she has.
Naked?
No.
Not naked?
Never asked for anything naked.
This is in your underwear, which is fine, but is that going, it's not going to her? Or anybody else?
That one never went to her. Actually sent that to the girl I was dating that was 41 as a joke.
Whose dog? Yours?
Mm-hmm.
With her kids?
Oh, it's at my brother's wedding.
But if you took yourself out of it a little bit, like right now, I mean, I'm sure you can understand why not only it's illegal, but it's just like flat wrong that anybody our age would be doing something like this. I mean, you're looking at me with this puzzled look like it's not a big deal.
No,
And I don't even know you, but I feel bad that you're not somehow comprehending it. It's like so wrong, it's not even, you can't even discuss it. And if you actually think it's okay,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
or even kind of okay, or situationally okay, it's like you need serious help, honestly. You really do. Because that's just fucked up,
I'm
period.
not saying that it's okay. I never said that. I was saying
what is
that
it?
my intentions were
What, pure?
my intentions were never to violate her, other than being in her presence. And that's something that, like, obviously it's like a back and forth that you guys would never know because you're not inside my head.
No, I know, but I'm going by the only way that I know you is I'm going through the chat,
I know.
your actions today,
I know you
what
have
you
to.
said. Like, what am I supposed to go by? Something else? You know what I mean? Like, how can you judge me other than what we're talking about right now?
Yeah, like I thought,
You
like,
don't know me either, right? So,
how do you when you what?
I have no idea what this is. Some kind of a
How do you-
SNL video, I guess. How do I what?
So when you catch these whatever you want to call them, sex, you know, you catch these people meeting with minors.
Yeah. Like we caught you.
Right. So you know, you got me in the house and everything, and I just like I had no idea what was going on. You always do it like that?
Always? No, there's
Like-
all kinds of ways that things
I mean-
like this come to light. There's times when something like this happens, and there's times when a parent calls because I just caught my 15-year-old daughter or whatever texting some guy who says he's 30, come to find out he's 44 or whatever, and you know, they want the guy arrested for statutory rape, and you
See,
know,
I thought it was
we-
against
we-
the law
we
to
get
have
involved.
sex, to actually have sex, and then like, let's say I had sex tonight, and then somebody found out that I was with her, and you know, they did some sort of.
Why would we want to wait until that happens?
I don't know. I mean,
It's kind of like saying, well, wait till the guy like robs the bank before you move in. No, if we have probable cause to believe that these guys are about to rob a bank, why am I putting the freaking tellers' lives and innocent people in jeopardy? Or in this case, the girl in the kitchen with a hat on. I'm gonna let you grope her and feel her up and take your clothes off so that what? I have a stronger case?
See,
Fuck that.
This
You know what I mean? It ain't happening.
this is you know the problem with society. You know,
What's the problem?
that law enforcement looks at, well, all kinds of people just think that men are pigs and all they want is sex.
I never said that.
That's what you're making out. That's what you're making it out to be. You're basically saying that it's not
Listen.
humanly possible for me to hang out with this girl and not have sex with her tonight.
I didn't say it's not humanly possible. It's certainly possible that you could have drove down here after you had this sexually kind of charged discussion, and maybe you're respectful, maybe you're like not some really aggressive guy, and she says, well, I'm not feeling it tonight, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna come back another time. But really your intention was Cialis, a lot of this discussion, marriage contract to make it legal. Why would I wait till, how long am I gonna take this, do this for? I'm gonna do this for months and months and months? Until one night, God forbid, you like actually attack this girl? And nobody's there to protect her?
Attack? I don't know. That's.
No, but you're making it sound like you talked about, a shared love of music or something else.
We
Or
talked
certain
about
books.
hockey. We talked about all that stuff.
Yeah, and you also talked about sex with a 12 or freaking 13-year-old girl. It's fucked up.
Sex is a part of life. People talk about sex.
1 second. Hey, Kev. What's up? Oh, yeah, I don't care. You get I'm in the interview right now, so. You get chocolate or something, I'm in the interview. I'll do whatever you want with it. I don't care. Thanks. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, I don't care. Just photograph. If you want, I think it matters, honestly. Yeah, I don't care. Maybe bounce it off of Tony or something if you want. I could care less. Thanks. You know what he was talking about. Jesus. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it really is like what's your passcode? It is a serious problem you have, because you're still kind of acting like we had a guy earlier today. He's in tears and shaking because he knows it's wrong. He feels like emotionally, mentally, kind of unstable. Was totally apologetic. Similar situation, and but at least I felt like he was kind of owning up for his intention. Maybe not necessarily today.
Listen,
you're acting like you're still trying to turn me to say no, we were just gonna hang out. What's the big deal?
right? Because that was my true intention. So I can't. What else am I supposed to say?
With the Cialis,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. With the
I know it's hard to believe.
with the sex chat, with a long drive. It's not like you said, hey, listen,
bad.
I'm dressing up really nice. I'm going to take you out for something to eat. That's
Looks
cool,
bad.
which is still bad, and I still wouldn't really believe you. But
I know
hey,
it
I
looks
can live
bad.
it. You come in with a pizza, you want to hang out home. Parents aren't home. Make sure of that.
Well, I wouldn't
and
be
the
able-
first thing you do, you want to give a girl a hug that you've
They
never
wouldn't let me
seen.
in if the parents are home. I wouldn't be able to hang out with her. Parents are home.
But you said
That's why I wouldn't come. I mean,
Of course.
it wouldn't happen. They
Right.
wouldn't let me in.
right. Why?
You know why.
Yeah, we both know why. I just
And-
want you to know why.
And I'm well aware of it. I'm
Okay.
well aware that it looks bad. I'm well aware.
It looks bad, and it
Well
is
aware.
bad. It's not just like, hey, we're jumping to
Again,
conclusions here. This guy's a great SAT prep guy. He's working with this girl for her
I wanted
future.
to see what she was all about. I honestly was not planning on having sex with her.
That is fucked up.
How?
You want to see what a 13-year-old girl is all about. You still don't see that as like being an issue.
I can see how it is an issue for most people would assume.
Most people might say at our age, hey, the girl's like 26, 28, whatever. A little on the younger side for us, but hey, I want to hang out with her, see what she's all about. She's 12 or 13. 17-year-old boys aren't even interested in her. You with me?
I no condoms. I wasn't planning on having sex
But
with
you
her.
had Cialis.
I always have Cialis.
Okay, well maybe you do. Maybe you travel with it all the time. But you put these things together. It's not like we're making a big leap here. You know what I mean? but you're still shaking your head with your hands,
Yeah.
your arms are crossed, and you're kind of wondering like, "What? This is crazy. I just wanted to hang out with her."
Because that's the truth.
Even if that was the truth, which I don't believe.
I'm not lying.
That's all.
Can I have a cup of water?
Yeah, we can get one. Give me a second.
Comment.
Thanks. The water's coming, thanks. Let me just take a second just to maybe get back to your home life. So you live, what, you have an apartment in Brookline? You live there by yourself?
Yeah.
What do you do for work? I know there was mention of Cheshire, Connecticut or something.
Premium auditor. It's like insurance, auditing insurance policies.
So they're based in Cheshire, but you work or live in?
Yeah, I mean, I work
Work from home, or?
out of my house, but I mean, I have clients in Boston, yeah. There's people all over the place.
And, you know, you spent a lot of time chatting with this girl. Obviously, you have a computer at home, I imagine. You have, you go to different chat rooms and talk to different people. If we looked at some of those things, will we find other younger girls that you're speaking to? Is it like a common denominator?
No, I don't think you would find a common denominator.
I'm talking about like age of a female. That's my common denominator.
No.
So you know.
No, I even.
What's the youngest girl other than this gal that you've spoken to or chatted with recently or in the last couple months or?
I know you focused on age, and you have to be focused on age here, but they're all ages, 21 and up. I mean, but I've never had.
Why not like 18 or 17 or 16?
Just didn't. I wasn't not looking for that. This happened. This just happened. I mean, I happened to come across her.
How'd this jump out at you?
How did it happen?
Yeah, well, how did it jump out at you? Like, why would you be so taken with? Thank you. With a gal. This is
Thanks.
water for you. Thanks.
Like I said,
What was so special about her? In other words.
like I said, it was just she was somebody that I thought I was able to relate to and have a conversation with. Not everybody that age you can do that with.
What can you tell me about her?
Well, I'm sure everything I tell you about her is probably not true because
Yeah, granted, but what do you know of her? That maybe if I heard, I might be like, wow, she must be kind of special.
Well, she seemed smart and she seemed like mature and I mean, we talked about hockey. She said she was a big hockey fan, and so am I. And I don't know. I mean, she just seemed chill and like to hang out and stuff. I don't know. I can't.
That's all you can tell me. You can't tell me how she went to a certain, middle school, high school. She was going into high school. She had an ex-boyfriend. She had sex with him once or twice. Or single mother, parents are in the house, siblings. You can't tell me anything like that.
Well, yeah. No, she said she lives with her mom. Yeah.
But what's her mother do? Where's her mother supposed to be today?
Yeah, she said her mom was away.
Where? Is she possibly coming home early? No? Yes? Maybe?
I have no idea when she's coming home.
You didn't ask where she was going?
No, I think she's like away somewhere in business, so somewhere far.
You didn't inquire where, though? If I was going to be careful to the point I'm going to research
she said
statutes
Dallas.
and know where,
She said Dallas.
how much trouble I may or may not be in if things, as you said, like either got out of hand or you had relations, I would assume you'd know where the freaking mother was so that you don't want her walking in on you, right?
She said she was in Dallas.
Okay. And what's her mother do? Do you know what she does for work?
She said she was in financial services.
Anything else about the girl that you were chatting with? Her home life or school or friends or?
No, I mean, she said she just moved to Connecticut,
Where'd she move from?
California, she said.
You know where?
LA.
You ever talk about having her come to meet you somehow? Or was it always this way where you thought maybe I'll come see you?
Yeah. Talked about it.
Did you ever plan on meeting her on previous occasions, maybe outside of the mother's purview, like maybe at a coffee shop or store or something?
Not that I recall.
No?
No. I guess, you know, when she said her mom's going away, that was like an opportunity to meet her. You know, to hang out and meet her at her house.
Do you have any hobbies?
I do.
Such as?
Play tennis. Fitness, like to work out. I'm addicted to football.
Do any coaching or anything like that? Do you volunteer in any respect? Teach tennis?
No, I just
Teach
play.
tennis to kids?
I don't.
No.
Play Friday nights.
Have you hooked up with any younger girls recently?
No.
18, 20, whatever?
No.
Ever? The last 10 years?
No. You can check it out. You won't see anything.
Check what out? What am I going to check out?
I don't know. You guys can probably check out anything you want. Not gonna lie.
Okay. So you have, what do you have at your home? You have computers, I imagine, or one or more than one for work or
Yeah, I got
personal?
a work computer and personal.
What type of sites have you been on? You went on, I guess, this one where you met her?
Yeah, I mean, I use that site sometimes when I'm bored. There's another site, Moco Space.
What was that, the password again? What's she in here as, by the way? For like messages.
Bailey.
Bailey. So I'll just go back today. We'll just look at this. It'll probably make it easier on me. How long had you been planning to see her today? I mean, before today, was this like in the works for a couple of days, or?
I actually just made the decision today. If you look at the text messages, it was talked about, but I hadn't committed really. Because obviously I had apprehension about the whole thing.
So you did more research today, just found out that you'd have to get a written consent by her mom to get married under 18. Fuck. Like, as in frustration, right? I have some ideas on this, can talk later. Okay, still want to see you? Yeah, want to see me? Fuck yes, I'll be around 9. I'll pick up pizza. It's your address. You got booze. I want some vodka. Can we drink it? She's 13, right? Dude, listen, no bullshit. And I'm probably doing you a favor. You've probably had a major league issue with this for a long time. And I don't know that you were going to rape her tonight. But you're certainly... We're preying on her, right? She's 13, she's 14 years old. And you're gonna drive down from Boston. You wanna drink with her. You got a Cialis in your pocket. You may have one in your system. And you wanna bang the chick, right?
Wasn't planning on it tonight.
You weren't gonna.
Nope.
So even if she wanted it, you're drinking, you feel good, you gotta be horny, right? You haven't had a girlfriend in a little while?
I was not going to do it.
Why?
Because I was too scared.
Of what?
Consequences, you can see I said it a lot in our messages on Skype. I said,
You're gonna drink with a 13-year-old girl while her mother's in fucking Dallas, Texas, or wherever you said before, and you're worried about consequences? Like, seriously.
Yep. I'm serious.
We're adult men, dude. Talk to me. You can't be serious.
See, now you're
No, I'm being serious.
you're bringing that up again. You're basically insinuating that.
No, because I'm not 22 and you're not
I'm a
50
pig,
and I'm not 50 and you're not 20. Like I'm 47, so like we're in the same realm here.
Yep, I understand.
And you're gonna drink with this girl, who you know is how many years under the age of, being able to consume alcohol? 7, 8, depending on what age you're talking about. And you have Cialis and the whole texting stuff going on. It's like, I mean, seriously, just own up to what you did. You're trying to still kind of keep it over here, and it's not there. You're not doing yourself any favors the more you act like that. I mean, if you want to get past this and get well and not be in this position someday, probably in another police department or worse, if somebody ever walked in on you, or you hurt some girl who, again, is 12, 13 years old, just look at yourself in the mirror and, like, think about what you're talking about.
Listen, I know.
You can cross your arms and hide all you want.
No,
you know what?
I know.
You weren't going to touch her.
No, I know that it looks bad.
It is bad.
It is bad.
It's not just doesn't look bad. It's horrible.
Yeah, the whole thing is bad. But my intentions were not to have sex.
So you're going to drink with this girl who, like, how much alcohol could she have drank in her life?
Let's take a,
so she's going to act how? Probably like a basket case.
Let's take a lie detector test.
And that's going to prove what to me?
I don't know.
If you're a fucking sociopath, is it even admissible in court?
I don't know.
Let's
go
not.
to court. And, I mean, I would swear in court that I wasn't planning on having sex with her.
You weren't planning on having sex with her.
Right.
Maybe you didn't plan on having sex with her, but it would have happened if...
I disagree. I honestly disagree.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. Again, let's go back to this whole thing, remember?
Just hang out, companion, a friend. Seem cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, hanging out with somebody because you think they're cool.
You want to... How could she be cool? No offense to any girl that is that age.
Well,
she's cool to you.
I talked to her enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
To figure that out. I'm not denying that it doesn't look bad. I'm not saying it doesn't.
It's terrible, dude. It is terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible if I had sex with her. I agree.
It's terrible that you are willing to drink and put yourself in that position and come down here probably for the intention of doing that.
Right, and I can't control myself. You don't think I can control myself? Have a drink and have some pizza, and you don't think I can control myself and not have sex with her?
I don't know you at all.
Right,
I would say you probably can't control yourself since you got in the car on a Saturday night and drove all this way to meet this girl you've never met, you chatted with about sex and pics and yada yada yada, and getting married and getting her mother's consent so you could have sex with her so it would be legal to try to, circumvent the law. You think that's normal?
No, it's not, and I even told her that.
And you almost light up like you're proud of that fact. That's disturbing.
I'm not proud of it. I'm acting this way for several reasons. One, because I'm probably too much shocked to realize this is even happening. I feel like that I'm dreaming right now. I'm not even sure this is real. And two, I know what my intentions were. And
yeah, you could say that, and maybe some of what you're saying is accurate and true. I don't know, but
because I wrote on Skype, I wrote all these messages stating that I don't want to have sex. I don't want to have sex if it's going to be against the law. How can you not interpret that as as me trying to obey not trying to obey the law? How can you interpret that?
How can I interpret it that you're not? The girl is 13 years old.
Because you keep going back to that.
You're trying to, I'll be blunt, you want to be able to bang her, and the only way you think you're able to bang her and have sex with her is by getting her mother to sign a marriage application or certificate.
Which is...
That's the only reason. You don't even care about the mother. In fact, the only reason you're at the house is because the mother is 1,500 miles away.
Right, and I realized that is virtually would have been virtually impossible.
As it should be.
Right. But
God forbid it happened all the time. Where would our society be, right? All these creepy older guys would be going after these, what, middle school girls?
I don't look at
Fucking
it.
6th or 7th grade, and that's who you're attracted to? And she's like, you said she's mature, and she's got, she's really smart, and she's really engaged.
I don't look at it as going after her. I mean,
well, you can drive and she can't, so she's
Right.
not coming after you.
well, but she's pursuing me too online and
Yeah, with this little adolescent brain and intellect of hers, right?
It's not
and
like
you're a guy that's my age basically, and
But
you've
it's
been
not
through
like-
college, and
yeah.
you've worked for 20 years, and you've been married and divorced, and this girl's like what should have been maybe a product of your marriage, like a young girl, 12 years old, 13 years old, and you're
Look,
kind of
I'm sorry. Yes, it looks awful.
just say it is awful. You stop saying it looks awful. It is awful. It's kind of pissing me off, actually. It doesn't just look awful.
No, well, it pisses.
If I walked in the library and you were leaning over my daughter's shoulder talking to her, come to find out you're teaching her something about computers and everything's, it looks awful, but maybe it's not awful. Maybe I overreacted initially. This is fucking awful and disgusting, actually. Period. You're a dad, reverse it, and I'm you. You'd probably want to strangle me, right?
Most likely.
I want to bang your daughter.
Most likely.
Hello? Yeah, you would. You'd probably be over the table, like, trying to kill me right now. Not most likely either. Like, absolutely. You have a serious problem. And until you, like, admit it, you're not going anywhere. You're not going to get better. You're not going to... This stuff's not going to go away. I don't know when it
Really?
started. You need...
Really? You don't think this is enough for me to realize that?
I don't think you can help it because you keep on going like
Really?
this and saying, "Well, you don't know what my intentions were." Until you like admit the truth of what your actual intention was.
admitting-
You wanted to have sex with a fucking 13-year-old
that's not
girl.
what- I'm not
That's
gonna
why
admit
the
that.
contract. That's why the mother comment about the signed contract.
No,
all those things
not
is
tonight.
the only reason.
Not tonight.
Does it make a difference if it's tonight or tomorrow?
I'm being honest with you on this. I wasn't planning on having sex with her tonight.
You weren't planning on having sex with her tonight. How many times have girls said that about a date with a guy? I wasn't planning on having sex with the guy, and oh my god, he was so handsome,
Okay,
and
so
it
you're
was
picking
really
apart.
nice, and
You're
you
picking
weren't
apart.
planning on it.
You're
I wasn't planning on like stubbing my
You're
toe,
picking
but I
apart
did.
what I'm saying.
No, because you're not being genuine. Like, be truthful. Just say, if you said, I was not going to, there was no way in hell. I was dropping the pizza, having a slice, and
Well,
say, ma'am,
that's
I'm
what
on my way to
saying.
New York.
That's what
Nice
I've
to
been
meet
saying
you.
the whole all along is that
You
I
wait till the
wasn't-
mother's not home, you got the Cialis, you're talking about alcohol with a girl who's 13? That's a great idea. Let's drink with a 13-year-old.
wasn't gonna have sex. I just
Even if she starts freaking out and dropping all her clothes, you want no part of it.
leave.
I believe that one. I don't, by the way.
Of course you don't. I know you don't.
Seriously, dude, come on.
I know it's hard to believe because most guys all they think about is sex and that's all they want is sex. Yes, we talked about sex, but I was not gonna have sex with her and break the law,
Okay.
and that's obvious from my text messages.
You're still caught up on this. You're looking for an angle so that you wouldn't have to break the law, correct?
If it
You're not like not doing the deed.
If
You
it
want
came
you
to
want
that.
to you want to somehow circumvent it so that it would somehow be legal or okay in your mind,
yeah, well, okay with everybody.
right? But that was your intention. It wasn't like you, whoa, I gotta wait till she's 16, 17. I'm not touching this poor thing because she's only 13 years old. That wasn't your motivation. It was like, I want to bang her. I gotta get her mother to sign her over.
To be honest, I had nothing to do tonight. I really just wanted to meet her and then
Okay.
figure out some later what I was gonna do as far as all that other stuff.
All right.
I mean, you're painting me to be an evil person that doesn't care about anyone's, you know, well-being, and I'm admitting to you that it's wrong. If anybody who hears a story like this is going to think I'm doing something wrong,
Even you thought so.
if they don't know all the facts.
Well, you thought so too, because you researched the law, right?
Yes, I was like researching stuff for things that I wanted to know. If I did this, what would happen? If I did that, what would happen? Doesn't mean I was going to do it. I just wanted to know what
What would the ramifications be if you served her alcohol
what are the
and
rules?
she got hammered at home with you? Is that cool? Did you circumvent that?
I wasn't gonna let her get hammered.
You just gonna have a little vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A drink.
Who are you in her life to even say that's okay?
Well, no, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be like, you know, forcefully take the bottle away from her. I would just to say, let's have one drink, you know? Have a drink, you know? People, they have a drink. You know, they hang out and have a drink. It's pretty normal.
She's 13.
She's probably had many drinks.
At 13.
She said she has.
Do you see a psychiatrist or anybody?
Yep.
You do? For what?
OCD, depression,
What do you take?
Prozac.
Does it help?
I'm not sure.
What's your OCD? What do you fixate on?
I honestly don't want to get into it.
Because that's probably what we're talking about.
No, I mean, it's personal.
So what?
I don't talk about it with anyone. It's difficult. So, I mean, I went to an OCD convention last month. I'm trying to work on my issues. And it's tough.
I feel for you. It's probably horrible.
I go through it every day, and it's tough. And sometimes, I want to do things to distract myself, and so I don't have to go through it, because the OCD happens a lot when I'm by myself. It happens much less when I'm with people. So, especially if I'm having fun, and I thought that tonight would have a fun night, and wouldn't have to deal with my OCD or depression or whatever.
Do you fixate on either porn or girls or younger girls? Is that ever the focus of your? No.
No.
You sure? You're kind of closing your eyes and shaking your head as if it is.
I'm tired. Yeah, it's never happened.
Okay.
I've never pursued a girl that age.
Is there anything on your phone that might show us any other younger females that maybe you communicate with, whether it's texting or calling or anything else? No.
No, I mean, when you say young females, yes, I mean I talk to females,
Or what's a younger female other than Bailey? Who's Kim B?
She's 42,
Maria.
ex-girlfriend.
There's a 617 number here. Who's this?
Client.
315 is Brian. I know.
Oh, he's my psychiatrist.
Kristen.
Friend,
Oh,
my age.
917.
I have to see if there's no
It
name.
said your VM wasn't set. I looked into the case. It was closed. It was
it's
related to work.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad. Crits.
Yeah, it's a guy, friend of mine.
Marnie,
Ex-girlfriend.
older.
My age.
Chanel.
Oh, that was a chick that I met in Vegas.
How old is she?
She's probably in her 20s.
So if you had your druthers, would you typically go for a girl that's...
Age isn't the primary.
No, but
Focus.
you tend to be attracted to maybe girls that are more like teen like or teeny boppers.
No,
or
that's not
something.
true.
No, I'm just asking. I don't know.
It's not true though, because like
Maybe you're not. Maybe you are.
it's not. I mean, like I'm seeing last couple of girls that I've dated. Actually, the last 3 have been my age.
Were you happy with them? Were you not satisfied because you're looking for something else, like a younger type
I was happy.
girl?
I was happy. But they just, for whatever reason, didn't work out. I mean,
There was no sexual issue with them. Everything was cool. They were attractive, whatever, to you.
correct.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What did you arrest me on? Like what?
Well, since nothing really happened, it's criminal attempt.
Right. So that's what I'm.
And I think you signed the form downstairs. You should have seen the charges, but it's criminal attempt at sexual assault first degree.
Signed what form?
With the yellow, we call them the UAR forms. Yeah, there's 4 sheets.
Yeah, you said that I was just signing that.
But they have your charges on there, on the bottom. You didn't see your charges?
No, I thought
They
I was
didn't
just
go over
signing.
your
I
charges?
just thought it was just signing that I gave him fingerprints.
Okay, well that's not exactly the case. You're arrested. They're felonies. It's criminal attempt to commit sexual assault first degree.
I would never agree to that.
Well, it doesn't matter if you agree. You don't have to agree. That's what we're charging you with.
All right, but I'm saying like I would never sign.
You're not
do
signing that you're guilty. You're signing that the information on the sheet is accurate.
mean that you charge me. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. If you didn't sign it, would it change anything? No. It doesn't mean like, oh, he doesn't admit to this.
Okay, so what were the charges again?
Criminal attempt to commit sexual assault first degree, because you obviously didn't actually engage in that, but we believe that was your intention. Enticing a minor and risk of injury to a minor. You're shaking your head,
Yeah, I know.
but
because-
like honestly,
because-
there isn't a mirror in front of you, but there's a reflection. Like if you really look at yourself and think about what occurred, I think you're probably a very bright guy. I imagine you might be, but you're still in this weird funk of like denial. Like, it's not what you think. I wasn't gonna do that. Like, truly look at yourself and be like, I fucked up bad.
Obviously, I fucked up if I'm right here.
No, there's people that maybe get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, whatever.
No, I fucked up by coming down.
No, you fucked up by contacting a 12-year-old girl, dude. 13-year-old girl.
I never.
Coming here was just like one arm of the whole thing, one little tentacle. If you're texting a girl who's 13 about getting laid with her, getting her mother to sign a marriage certificate, I know I'm being redundant, drinking alcohol that her mother has a bottle of vodka, those are the fucked up. The whole point of you even communicating with the girl is fucked up. Never mind the rest of it. It's not just coming here. You know what I mean? That's just the end result. You know, the finality part of it, I guess you're saying. But the fact that you even
not trying to be-
communicated with her. If I was talking to a girl that I ever found out she was at my age, like less than 20 years old, I'd be like, honey, good luck in your, in your search and your chase, whatever. But it ain't happening with me. You know what I mean? And you're talking to a girl you know or think is 13 years old. That's a problem. So until you actually like admit that to yourself and be like, either it's the OCD that got the best of you, maybe you're depressed, maybe you just needed to hang out, you're lonely. There's all kinds of reasons. We all have excuses for all kinds of behavior. I could make up stuff too. Maybe some of it's true, but it doesn't excuse, again, talking to a child and trying to have sex with her.
again, when you say that, you know, I honestly, I don't think it's fair to say that.
You put it in your words how tonight should be looked at by.
I understand that why everybody here would think that. I understand that.
You would think it too. What do you do exactly? You're an insurance something?
I would think that.
You would know it. You would do a report on it and be like, this fucking
But how-
guy is trying to bang this chick, like tonight. You know, you didn't come down 3 days ago when the mother was home. You didn't come down during broad daylight. You came down on a Saturday night, booze, Cialis, yada, yada, yada. I didn't search your car, but, you know, who knows, maybe there's something else in your car. You know, a lot of guys bring condoms and different things and stuff like this. I don't know if you had those, but your mother could sign, so it won't be an issue. Come on, just please, for your well-being in the future, like admit it to yourself and digest it and get help for it. You know what I mean? Because
I've learned a lesson.
It's sick.
I learned a lesson.
It's not just like, you're on the fringe. It's a little questionable. No, this is like horrible. You know, this is like awful.
You have a view. You think it's awful. I think it's bad, but my intentions were good. My intentions were never to have sex with her.
Never?
My intentions were not to have sex with her.
When?
Unless
You said it before.
Unless it was perfectly
Maybe
legal.
not tonight.
Unless it was perfectly legal. We'll never risk that.
Okay. So regardless of like the fact that she's that age, if there was some weird loophole in some, you know, older law that we could get some relative to sign something and do something. Okay, now it's legal. She's still fucking 13 years old, dude.
If we fell in love with each other,
Are you really at that level with this chick? This like kind of.
I said if.
Yeah, but aren't you jumping like way ahead?
Yeah, I always
She's
think that way.
13.
I always think
you
that
wanted to
way.
get her drunk tonight, basically.
See,
You did.
again.
You did. Come on, we looked at your phone. Right?
Well, yeah, it says that, but
Yeah. I didn't say it. You said it.
doesn't mean we weren't going to just have one drink. See, again, you're assuming all this stuff.
13!
You're assuming.
And she's
all this
drinking
stuff.
vodka. You didn't say, we could have a little sip. And who are you in her life anyways to even talk about that? Come on. I don't want to go round and round with you. It's getting late. It's kind of frustrating. I was hoping you'd come
I'm sorry you're
around to
frustrated.
like the side that is like kind of, you know, right. And maybe when you looked at what you did tonight, you'd be like, holy
Can I
fuck,
just
did
say
I
something?
fuck up? Go ahead.
Of course, I'm not an idiot. I understand.
I don't think you are either.
I understand.
That's why I'm surprised that you're kind of stoic. Like, no, my intentions were pure.
Well, I'm just being honest. But listen, I understand. I understand that there's
It's
a lot
open
of
for
wrong.
debate.
There's a lot of wrong here. I understand that.
Totally.
And
you are the adult in the equation. It's not like you're, 15 and she's 12 and like, you should know better. You're 44.
listen, like I said, detective, I know this is wrong. I know that it looks awful.
Yeah.
And if I was to walk out of here right now, I've learned a nasty lesson, and that never to like even go near this again because it's not worth it, no matter what the intentions are. That's what I've learned. I mean, I'm scared shitless right now. I'm not showing it maybe. This is my personality.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think some people think I'm cocky. Some people think I'm confident, but whatever. I mean, a lot of times I'm not. That's my personality. I know I have weaknesses. Yes, I'm lonely. I mean, I've had trouble, meeting people, just, so, yeah, I go online and I talk to people. It's like something to do, a lot of people do it. I've talked to other people about that.
Well, what?
But why they talk to random people. Because I want to know what other people, what do they,
nobody has an issue with, you're all consenting adults. If you're talking to random people, by all means, do what you
She
want
was
to
the
do.
only one that happened to be, but all
Happened
the
to be
other ones-
what?
Young.
Young? Yeah, like 13.
Yes, too young. I shouldn't.
Not
I
like
shouldn't be talking to her.
17 or 16.
I get it. I shouldn't be talking to her. I
It's
get it.
you're just not digesting that whole part of it. Like it's how wrong that is. You're just still kind of like, well, you're lonely. So yeah, everybody's got a
But I'm
song
not.
and a dance and say, oh, you have OCD and I'm lonely, I'm depressed, and okay, fine. But she's 13. You can be your, if you are, no offense, like lonely and depressed self at 44 and
I know.
try
I
to
get
cope
it.
with that as an adult person in society, right? And medication and other avenues, and you got probably insurance and a good job, and you're gonna prey on a 13-year-old girl
Well, I know.
and give her alcohol to fuck her to make yourself feel better on a Saturday night. Like seriously, that's what happened. I just about guarantee it. So you say what you want. I don't want to argue with you. No offense.
I don't wanna argue with
you
you
believe
either.
what you believe supposedly. I'm not sure if you even do. And I kind of know what I know, and that's it. But your charge, I told you about your charges. I'll show them to you downstairs. And if they didn't talk to you about bond yet, maybe they didn't. We'll talk about bond with the lieutenant, and that's kind of it for this moment. But do you have any questions for me? 'Cause we're just kind of going around and around. It's a little frustrating.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's frustrating for you.
Well, it'd be less frustrating, and I'd feel better about you in the whole situation if you were like, "Oh my God, did I fuck up or what? Like that was horrible. I probably did want to get laid. Sometimes, whether it's the OCD or depression or both get the best of me. I was focused on her. Nobody else is in my, whatever. I don't put words in your mouth, but like something like that. But do you see how fucked up this is, Jeff? Oh my God, I do, and I gotta get help. But you're still acting like your intentions were pure and you really weren't going to do anything so bad, and that's just not true. I'd give you the benefit of the doubt if I thought there was a benefit there was a doubt, but there isn't. At the end of the day, nobody got hurt because we stepped in. I don't know that this has never happened before where you were successful in your conquest or whatever you want to call it, but at least today, like, we were able to step in. You didn't get hurt. She didn't get hurt because she, we were there. But if we weren't, a 12 or 13-year-old girl would probably be cocked right now, and you'd be, as an adult man, doing kind of whatever you wanted to her, with her. And her mother's not home till whatever, tomorrow or the next day.
I mean, if you see in the notes, I wasn't planning on staying over. I told her that. I told her I had to go home because I have a dog. Blah blah blah. I mean, I wish I had more text about that stuff. But I mean, it's just not stuff that you.
There's probably a lot of innocent texts. I'm sure there are. Like most of us, we have got, like, stupid, just kind of random little thoughts and things. But when you're talking again with this younger girl about, having sex with her, and it's just, I don't know how you try to defend what your intentions were, because I just don't think they were.
Yeah, but detective,
Yeah.
why would I tell her all of the ramifications? I could go to jail, blah, 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 all this stuff about being with a minor. Why would I go through all that telling her that if I didn't, actually care about it? I do care about
You
it.
care about getting caught. You didn't want to get caught. Right?
No, I care about, because I don't even know if I could trust her.
Right. So you're warning her to not tell anybody.
Well, even saying that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's
Well, otherwise you wouldn't say it, right?
no, but it doesn't, it really, in the end, it doesn't mean anything if you don't know somebody,
True.
I don't know
I mean,
if I
she
can trust
could
her
be
anyway.
blurting out to everybody on Facebook, but you were telling her for self-interest to kind of protect your own ass. Because you know it's wrong, and she may or may not know it's wrong, but you're telling her it's wrong, and you could get in a lot of trouble, so you're kind of warning her, like, keep it quiet, and...
Yeah, but I also know, detective, that this type of thing, if I was to go through with this, like you think I was going to do, I also know that just because she says that she's not going to tell anyone, I can't take her at her word, and that's why I wasn't going to have sex with her. I wanted to meet her, and that's it.
All right, so
you don't believe me.
it's-
I know
so-
you don't believe me, but
Nah, no offense, I really don't. But
No, you don't.
if you drank some vodka and you limited her to her intake, or supposedly, and she got a little bit drunk, and her mother got upset tomorrow because half the bottle of vodka's gone, and she rats you out, or the mother goes through the phone and finds out that you were over, you're okay with that? That's okay?
no,
Getting a 13-year-old drunk on a Saturday night?
no.
And you know what the second allegation would be, right?
It's not.
The mother's would be like, this weird guy from Boston came down and fucked my daughter, and I want to do a rape kit, and I want him arrested. And
Right, it looks
the
bad.
daughter's going to say, no, we didn't have sex, and you're going to say, no, I don't know what you're talking about. We have to do this whole thing. In reality, maybe you did have sex. And we think, I wouldn't be charging you if I didn't think that that was your intention, just so you know.
So you can charge me based on
You've already been charged. Yeah, those
Intent.
3 charges. Criminal attempt. Because if we weren't in these positions in that house, and you actually had that girl, like that real girl, and you came down to meet her, yeah, we believe that that was your intention. Yes, to have sex with her, not to kiss her and give her a hug, but to have sex with her.
Okay,
You wouldn't be here otherwise.
All right,
That's our intention.
I understand.
I mean, that's our position. So, anyways, I don't want to, again, go around and around with you.
Right, and
but
I don't want you to think that that I'm just not taking this seriously.
I think you're taking it serious. I just don't think you're being honest with yourself. No, you're not unique in that. A lot of people try to.
I'm admitting, yes. I mean, I agree to all that. We talked about having sex, and we talked about.
Are you a virgin? Like, why do you give a fuck if this girl's a virgin if you're not gonna have sex with her? Which, again, we've already gone round and round. Like, I know what your, I believe I know what your intentions were, but it's like they're gonna ask a 13-year-old girl that. You slept with one guy more than once, a couple times. I'm surprised. Like, who would do that? Most girls at your age are virgins, so I'm impressed. How
Who
would
would
you
do it?
What?
Who would do it? Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I realize I guess I can't say it any differently. I know I shouldn't have been talking to her, and I regret that. And
That makes me feel a little better.
I'm
'Cause
never
initially, you were like, I shouldn't have come down here. No, you fucked up when you started talking to her.
yes,
That's wrong.
you're right. I shouldn't be
Period.
talking to her. I shouldn't.
And then it only got
Shouldn't be
worse from
tempted.
there.
I shouldn't be tempted like that, to come down. And yes, then I know you're saying that one thing leads to another, and sex can happen, but I'm being honest, and I'm being honest when I say I was not going to have sex with her. I was not going to risk going to jail.
Not today, right? Supposedly, maybe not today.
I wasn't making that decision right now.
Who wasn't?
Me, I wasn't going to make that decision. I was just going to meet her and see if I even liked her, and she liked me. I mean, that's really the
What if you hit it off and you have a glass of vodka or whatever, orange juice and vodka or
I just
something?
said, but I just
It's
said,
just cute, and you're like, get the house to yourself, and you got a Cialis burning a hole in your pocket. and-
I'm telling you, I went in with the mindset that I wasn't going to have sex with
yeah,
her.
that's great.
That's the mindset, because I don't wanna fucking
I'm
go
going
to
in
jail.
places. I'm going in places with a good mindset, and this shit goes upside down within a minute, right?
Right, because a lot of people don't care about circumstances.
I know you did, and you researched it and everything.
Right, I care about it. I don't want to go to jail. So I mean, why risk it? Why risk my whole life? I didn't think going down to meet her and just like see if I liked her was going to be an issue, because I had no bad intentions.
Well, that's open for debate.
I know it's open for debate. It looks bad. Yeah, it looks bad. I agree.
All right, listen, we've probably beat this dead horse.
I know we
as we're
have.
going around and around, but
Listen, I understand.
I'm glad
why.
you talked to me.
Listen.
I appreciate it.
I understand why you think. I get it. I get why you think my intentions were different. I get
It's
it.
because you think it too.
No, I get it.
Yeah, as you should, as everybody should. Period. No big deal. I don't even know you. You're probably like a decent human being somewhere in there. and made really bad choices today.
Why would I lie to you though? Why would I lie to?
Because you can't face the truth. That's the reality. I mean,
I
it
know
could
I did
be a
something wrong.
combination of the OCD stuff.
Do you think if I walk out of here right now, that I would do this again? After all of this?
Today?
No, whenever. Yeah, if I walked out right now, do you think I would do this again, ever again?
Right away?
And whenever in my life?
Probably not right away. Do I think you'd do it eventually if you didn't seek some type of help for it?
Really?
Yeah, I do. I don't know one guy. I don't know, maybe guys I know do it and I'm unaware of it, but I don't know anybody in my personal life or professional life, even in their 20s, that would talk to a 12 or 13-year-old girl about anything other than coaching soccer because their daughter plays on the team. Nothing sexual. There's no texting. There's nothing creepy.
I'm just asking you what you think of me. Like, do you think that I could control myself and not do this? And do you think I've learned a lesson?
You just told me you have OCD so bad you went to a convention. You apparently can't control yourself at certain times, right?
Yeah,
no offense.
Yeah, but OCD is unrelated.
Whatever. Maybe it is. I'm not a doctor. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's other issues.
It's unrelated. I can control
from
myself.
the medication. Well, could you control yourself with this?
Well, I can control myself by actions. I could control my actions.
You drove down the mother's going and you wanted to get her drunk.
So do you think that I would do this again? After all of this, after like all this
I'm gonna say I hope not, because I don't want to argue with you.
You don't think I could? You insulted me.
If you would do this,
you're insulting me.
If you would do this up until this is tonight. This isn't like 6 months ago, right? This is like right now, tonight. Do I think you would do it if for some reason you got out of this and there was some kind of weird, hey, Jeff, you're all set. Don't worry about court. No problem. Those charges are dropped. See you later. Do I think you would do it again? Yeah, I do. I'd probably just about bet my life and career on it, actually, because I don't think anybody would do that. And do I think it's the first time you did it? No, I don't.
Okay.
Because that's just, if it is the first time, it's almost more bizarre than if it's not. Because if it's the first time, what the fuck drove you to do that? Where I would understand it more if you said, yeah, I always kind of liked like the younger teenage girls, and this girl's a little younger than most, but you know what I mean? But you're actually acting like, well, no, she was pretty cool. I want to hang out. I'm like, that's just, to me, it's I can't wrap my head around that one. Again, knowing girls of that age, I know what they look like and act like. Other than texting like stuff like, hey, there's a game tomorrow, make sure everybody's there or something, that ain't happening. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for you're a virgin or whatever, all the other stuff we've already covered. So until you recognize that and like kind of accept it,
doesn't mean anything.
And there's that guy that's looking at you right there in that little reflection, then you're never gonna get well either.
You can't take me at my word when I say
I don't know you.
that I've learned.
Oh, I'm sure you learned. It probably sucks. Yeah, I'm sure that in that respect, yeah.
I wouldn't want to go near this situation.
You wouldn't want to. Do I think you can control it?
Really? You don't think I could? Really?
No, because why would you do it if you could control it? As soon as you found out she was 12 or 13, whatever's in dispute here, you should have been like, peace, I'm out of here. Good luck with the teenage boys or whatever. Instead, you continue this whole thing for weeks.
And I was wrong to do that.
And drive from a major metropolitan area where there's probably, to be crude, all kinds of women, let's just say, and you're coming down to Fairfield, Connecticut to meet this 13-year-old.
It's hard to meet women where I am, but anyways, that's another story.
You get my point.
I know your point.
There's millions of people in the Boston area, the people that are transient and regular, permanent people.
If I really wanted to prey on 13-year-old girls, why wouldn't I just do it up in Boston?
Maybe you do. Okay. I don't know.
I see. Okay.
I don't know, right? You don't know me, I don't know you. So I'm assuming that, this is the first time possibly, but do I know that? No, I don't know that.
So my question is, can you tell me what bond is?
I actually don't know, but when I walk you downstairs, I'll find out.
Okay. What's the next? What's going to happen?
Well, there's going to be a bond, and either you're able to post the bond, at which point you would usually get a bondsman and get out and have a future court date. I didn't see what they gave you for a court date. If you can't post the bond, today's Saturday night, we keep you till Monday morning and we bring you over to the court in Bridgeport, at which point you'd be arraigned and they'd either continue or keep the bond at that level, or they would drop it down, or maybe in the meantime you made arrangements to post the bond. Does that make sense? So if you can't post the bond, you're going to be in our custody from today until Monday morning, and you could actually remain in custody even though you go to court that day, depending on the bond. But if the bond is doable for you, you would get out and return to court, like say in 2 weeks, to go to your first court date.
Which would be
That would be like that would be down here in Bridgeport next to Fairfield, and that would be like your first court date of probably several regarding this. I'm not trying to beat you up. It was a horrible decision. I hope it was the first time you ever did this.
It was the first, and then yes, it was a horrible decision.
But it's.
I guess it just hasn't.
It's terrible.
Hasn't like.
And you'll get it at some point. I assume. I don't know you, but
I know.
You'll be like, holy fuck, what did I do?
I have already, as soon as that guy walked in, I said that in my head but. Yeah, I don't know how the bond thing works. So.
I'll find out what it is when I bring you downstairs, and just you can make a phone call at some point and see if you could raise it. If you just want to sit quiet for tonight, we put you in a cell with a blanket. You go to bed. We give you breakfast in the morning. We keep you tomorrow's Sunday. We keep you all day till Monday morning. We bring you to court. That makes sense?
Yeah, I'm just worried about my dog at home, so I have to figure out what to do with that. So I was planning on going home tonight.
Well, I mean, depending on what the bond is, but
if I can't, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what it is, I guess.
Usually, have you ever been arrested or in any trouble?
No.
Never in your life? All right, give me 2 seconds. Let me just grab somebody and we'll go downstairs, okay?
Yeah, use a bathroom.
Yeah, I'll let you do it. Let me just get somebody quick to give me
Yeah.
a little hand here. All right, Jeff, we're gonna go downstairs with Mike, Sergeant Paris here. I'm gonna cuff you again. Hold on a second. All right, go with us. Sir, you good?
I'm good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Thanks.
Your bond is $750,000. Can I make a phone call? Yeah. What number?
Can you go to the bathroom first?
Yeah. Yeah. You can leave it open. What do you do for a living?
Auditor.
For large companies? How's your salary?
What's that?
How's your salary?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I do, it's insurance auditing. It's like just in premiums. You said 750,000. So, remind me what happens if I can't.
So, you can't post bond, you will stay overnight until Monday morning, which will bring you to court in the morning, on Monday. They'll arraign you, the judge will either keep the bond, raise it, or lower it. It's up to the judge, based upon what he reads that we send to him. He reviews the case. It's not gonna be, Monday is gonna be what they call an arraignment, which means they review everything, they review the charges, they review what you're being charged with, and then from that point on, they determine if your bond is raised, lowered, or remains the same.
If he determines that it remains the same,
And they give you a future court date, usually a month or so ahead of time, and you don't get released until you post that bond.
so where would I stay? Here.
Nope. There's a jail in Bridgeport, which could be anywhere. Could be a jail in Bridgeport, could be a jail in Cheshire, could be anywhere. Your family local here, or is it everybody in Massachusetts?
No, Massachusetts.
If you were to call somebody, who would you call?
Depends what I'm calling. I don't think I mean, yeah, I don't think I can get the money for that type of bond, but I guess even if I called, my parents are the only ones that have keys to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would.
Doesn't necessarily mean you have to tell them why they're going to your house to take care of the dog. Buy yourself some time.
I don't know how I would tell them. So I can only call one person?
I'll give you an opportunity to call what you need to do to get yourself.
Oh. I have to think about it. I just don't know.
Alright. Well, this is your opportunity. You don't get any. Once I leave here, you're not going to get an opportunity for a phone call.
Oh.
In the meantime, you can sign this. It says I have your property, your credit cards, wallet, your belt, your jacket. No other property here, right? Your cell phone's in our custody, so just sign right there.
How does it work? Like if let's say somebody does have bond,
Mhm.
how would they get it here?
They'd have to call a bondsman probably. A bondsman would come down and arrange with them, whether it be they put their house on the line, they post money. Typically, bondsmen want 10% of what the bond is. So let's say you need it's 750,000, they want 75,000 probably, somewhere around there. And then from that point on, they'll say, okay, we want that money and a house to put on the line that's worth $500,000. And they'll post a bond for you so that they know you're not going to flee the country, etc. You're going to appear on your court date. So what I would do is call somebody to say, listen, my bond is $750,000. I'm stuck here in Fairfield. Is there a chance you can work on a bondsman to see if they can bond me out?
Is that something that they negotiate with the
Yeah,
bondsman?
yeah.
As far as like what percentage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. But you're saying typically it's 10%?
Typically. I know some, by law, they have to charge a certain amount, a certain percentage. It's typically 10%.
So if it's 10%, all he would need 75,000 now. And the rest of the bond gets paid later.
The bondsman would post the bond for you, and the $75,000 is gone. That's their payment. That's their fee.
Oh, it's a fee. It's not part of the 750.
No, that's their fee. They post $750,000. They charge 10%. $75,000 is their fee for coming here, posting your $750,000.
How do they collect?
What's that?
How do they collect it?
Different. Credit card sometimes. Cash, check.
But well, no, I'm just curious. Like, when would the rest of it have to be paid?
The bond.
Yeah, like
Once you
like,
go to court,
like say pay 75,000.
they post the bond. Once you appear in court, you're now out on bond. So long as you appear in court. If you don't appear in court, that's how they have bounty hunters, because now
Okay.
they have.
I'm confused. Sorry.
That's all right.
Just I need to
The
understand.
$750,000 is money to say we think this is what it's going to uphold for him to go to court. $750,000. If he does not appear in court, I'll have a warrant for his arrest, and done. Okay.
In order for me to get out of here tonight,
Mhm.
what has to happen?
You need to post $750,000 cash. Call a bondsman, or the bondsman will post the bond for you, $750,000. And they say for us coming out here posting $750,000, we charge $75,000. You give them $75,000. Once you go to court, the court says, okay, now your bond is null and void. You've appeared in court.
So, okay, but he needs to get paid for this. Does he get?
He gets that $75,000.
Okay, and then the 750 goes away.
$750 goes away because it's your bounty to uphold you going to court.
Oh, so as long as I go to court, I don't have to pay that 750.
Correct. If you, let's say right now you give me $750,000 cash.
Well, that's not going to happen. I'm just
making it easy. Let's say today you give me $750,000 cash. Okay, you're free to go. Once you go to court, you get that money back.
Oh.
The bondsman posts that high bond for you, and they charge you less, so you don't have to post $750,000. You post $75,000. But unfortunately, that's not money you get back. That's what they post. They charge so that they don't lose out on $750,000. Because if you don't go to court, the court charges them $750,000.
All right, so let me just review this. If I got somebody to find a bondsman and they charge him 75,000, whoever gives him 75,000 cash, I'm able to leave because he's posting bond, and then as long as I appear in court, I don't have to pay anything else. Or
Yeah, you won't have any more than that than their fee.
in the 75. If I was to pay the 750,000 tonight, I get that back the first court date,
You get it back when you go to court.
the first time. The first time.
First time, once you go to court.
I'd,
All right, there's one other thing I'm confused about. If, why would the bondsman, like in other words, if somebody I called didn't have the cash, but they had a house, the bondsman could require
Put a lien on their house.
the lien. For the, that would have to be for the full amount or for just his fee?
No, if they're full amount, because now the bondsman, so.
Because he has to pay it. So if you don't have a house worth that much, it's not gonna do you any good.
Yeah.
I just need to think about this for a second. Sorry. Does the bond have to be paid cash? And so, where do I make the call? Right here?
Yeah. Time to go. Seriously, I can't hang it out anymore. I understand your predicament,
Right.
but I can't delay it. What number should I call for you?
Okay. Well, the number's on my cell phone.
I don't have your cell phone. It's seized as evidence.
Okay. There's no way you can get it.
Mm-mm.
I don't know that. All right. So if I don't call anyone now, I have to wait until Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 508.
508.
Answer machine. There's no callback.
You can call back.
What's the number?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
No, there's another number here you can call. I'll let you call back.
I can't give him a number to call back.
There's no, yeah. There's no number to call back.
Try it again.
You have to press 9 first.
One.
915, yeah. give another number?
Can I just try one more time?
You gotta make some arrangements for your dog too. You can't leave your dog in there, otherwise I'll have to call the animal control in your town, and they're gonna have to get in your house and take your dog. So that's gotta be a priority of yours also.